is it, Aloha Gang, and welcome to High Now Daily. I am Kainoa Carlson, and hey, if you're like me, maybe you walked into the office today with a mild case of the Monday blues, right? We had a 3-day weekend, and you're thinking, I can't believe it's over. That's something I was really looking forward to, but alas, Domino's Hawaii is giving us something else to look forward to, because starting right now, all the way until August, there's a brand new deal, and they're calling it the best deal ever from Domino's Hawaii. And you don't get a name like that without some big time savings. But don't just take it from me. No, iconic Hawaii musician Sean Na'auao, even he is being a part of the team. Take a look.
At Domino's Pizza, the Kuna's just begun. Oh no, toppings and sauces to choose from. Onions, olives, and mushrooms, ham and bacon. Italian sausage, barbecue, grilled chicken.
Oh yeah, that is good music. Hey, big time mahalo to Sean Na'auao. And big time mahalo to a pair of my friends joining me today. This is Carolyn, so one of the managers over here at the Domino's location over here in downtown. And that over there is Chef Mari Will. She is a chef, a dietitian, a former high school culinary educator. So I'm bringing in a big time team as today we craft a brand new pizza for High Now Daily. Welcome into the show, you guys.
Hi, Kainoa.
You ready for some pizza, Chef Mari?
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Okay, Carolyn, we're with one of the pizza masters over here. If you're looking over here, this is the dough. This is where the foundation piece starts for all of Domino's pizzas, right, Kara?
Yes.
How do we start with this?
Okay, so we have our perfectly proofed 14-inch large hand tossed pizza. We're going to start by making our crust. Go ahead and dive those fingertips into the crust area.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, as we do this dough, we want to tell
Yeah.
everyone out there about what the best deal ever is comprised of. You get up to 7 toppings, okay? 7 toppings of your choice on any size pizza, and you're gonna be able to take it home for $10.99. That is crazy. When you think about all the ingredients that Domino's have, you get up to 7 and you can take home that pizza any size for $10.99, which is crazy.
So you want to make sure your crust is a little bit thin, quarter-inch thick, maybe like a pencil width wide.
Okay.
Then once you got your crust, you're going to go ahead and start stretching. If you're a lefty, you can go to the left. If you're a righty, go to the right.
Chef Mari, how are you doing over there? Do you make a lot of pizzas in class?
No, we never got to making pizza in my class.
Oh, okay.
But I'm happy we can today.
Okay, so how are we looking, Carolyn? Mine's just looking not as stretchy as yours.
It's okay.
Okay.
You're just going to make sure that it's as thick as this screen.
Okay.
All right.
Don't be afraid. It's malleable. You can stretch it as
Gotcha.
far
So we're
as
gonna
you
keep
can.
the stretching going.
Yeah.
And then what is this stuff over here as well?
This is cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
Yeah, it's nice and easy with the dough, and when it comes out of the oven, it's nice and tasty.
Okay, nice. So we're stretching.
And it's stretchy.
Okay. This is amazing over here. And one of the really nice things as well, and we're going to learn much more throughout the show as well, but so many good deals when it comes to Domino's Hawaii, keeping everything affordable over here, especially for so many local family like me. We got the young kiddos, and they always love pizza.
Oh, yeah.
But it's more than just pepperoni and cheese, Chef Mari, right?
Correct. Today we're going to be making a healthier style of pizza, but we're using thin crust.
That's right. We have a lot of pressure on us today as we craft what is going to be the brand new High Now Daily Pizza. So Chef Mari, and with the help of Carolyn over here, we're going to make our pizza dreams become a reality. Okay, beautiful. What's next, Carolyn?
Right.
Okay, and then we just put it on our screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Screen goes on top?
No, so we're gonna put this in the bottom. You can move your dough to the side.
Okay.
You're gonna put it in your hands, make it nice and soft and
Okay.
round. Let it fall in your hands a little
Just
bit.
let it fall. Oh man, stretchy a little bit.
Oh,
man.
there you go. See, you're almost a master.
I don't want to get too fancy and make like, you
And
know?
then you're just gonna flop it.
Flop it on. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you want to make sure that it fits the screen.
Okay.
Okay, fits
Oh,
the
it's so
screen.
pliable.
Yes.
Over here. I'm curious as well, Chef Mari, when you're thinking about pizza, especially as a dietitian,
Yeah.
like what's some of the big misconceptions when it comes to pizza?
So oftentimes people will think pizza's unhealthy just because it's got a lot of carbs and cheese, and it can be a little greasy. but not today because we're gonna be using our thin crust and we're gonna load it up with veggies and chicken.
Oh, that's right, because we gotta get the protein in there,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we gotta get the protein in.
And I think I'm kind of ono for a white sauce pizza. My approach to pizza is always very similar to like my approach to pasta, you know, I like the white sauce stuff.
I am a white sauce lover too.
All right, so there we go. We got our dough pretty much stretched out, getting ready to go. Hey, stay with us over here on High Now Daily because coming back, we're actually gonna top this thing with the ingredients as we make a one-of-a-kind pizza for High Now Daily. Natalie, stay tuned. Hope you're hungry. Back to you guys.
That pizza looks good.
Hey,
But you know,
Carolyn,
kind of what pairs well with a good pizza is some good music. That's right. The Holo Holo Music Festival is coming home to Oahu for the first time, happening later this fall. And we have the festival producer and co-owner of Good Vibe Presents, Dan Sheehan, here in studio. And we're going to talk about what the Holo Holo Homecoming means and what to expect this dope weekend.
Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is fantastic. Holo Holo, was created as kind of like a love letter to the islands. It's like we've been doing these bands that play Holo Holo, like J-Bug and The Green and Catch a Fire, and these bands that play these events. We've been doing them on our other festivals for years, and so we wanted to create something that was theirs. And that's kind of where the idea of Holo Holo came from.
That's right. So Holo Holo first started in 2022, correct?
Yeah, correct.
On the mainland.
Yep.
But this is going to be an important year because you're bringing it back here, back to the land, to Hawaii.
That's right. It's like a homecoming. Like growing up in Ewa Beach and being also like bringing shows here years ago when Pipeline Cafe was open and we would do Lahaina Civic and other venues around the islands. And so to be able to come back to bring a brand that we're really excited about and very proud of. It's like Holo Holo is like we have a huge sense of pride on what we're creating because it's not just for the artists, it's for the community, it's for the people. And like when you go to a Holo Holo, especially on the mainland, like you can feel like people that are like missing home, they're missing their friends and family. And that's kind of what Holo Holo is. It's a gathering, So,
yeah, that's right. I mean, you have these different festivals, Holo Holo, across the mainland, different cities. And how does it feel being there? We have the local music here all the time, but once you hear those artists like J-Bug and The Green over there, how's that vibe?
Well, when you put them all together, right, it's like a family reunion, right? And like that's the whole thing. It's like the artists are so close. They all know each other, and so like backstage is always a fun time with everybody. It's like a family gathering, and then all the fans that come. Like it's like we did one in Tacoma. And we had fans that came in from Alaska, and we also have a lot of people flying in from Hawaii to visit family in these particular cities, and then come to the show. San Diego, Sacramento, and so we've been kind of hitting all these key markets around the mainland. And next year we have plans to go to Alaska and Texas and other markets. Actually we're going to be rolling out Salt Lake City here. So like we're kind of trying to hit all these various markets, but it all kind of began here. It all began in Hawaii. Like this is kind of like the roots of why this music is so important to me, and it has been such a big part of our kind of journey in doing festivals and doing events and incorporating all these bands that that call Hawaii home.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that. You were raised in Ewa Beach, yeah.
Correct,
so what's that musical journey, and how has it led to? Do you have any musical talent yourself, or you just like to organize it?
I don't. That's why I became a promoter. I love music. I can't play an instrument, or sing. So.
But it's about bringing that ohana together for the love of music.
And that's it right there. It's all about bringing everybody together. And like growing up in Ewa Beach, it's like I was listening to Kyle Creative Boys and Kapena and Manawa Company and those bands, but then like really into like the heavy roots reggae, like the Gladiators and Meditations and some of those roots bands, and then kind of like that kind of carried me through. And then I was a DJ on the island of Guam for a couple years, music director for an all island and reggae station. So like the music is in it's part of me. It's like it's growing up with that music as kind of like a cornerstone of the, my growth within the love of music, So
I love it.
Yeah.
And with the music and the good vibes and all the good times, you're giving back to the community. Before we shout out kind of like where to get those tickets, you want to speak upon like supporting the community and some of those nonprofits that goes along.
Yeah, we're working with the Greens nonprofit right now, and the kind of a portion of each ticket will go towards the nonprofits, and we're working with a couple other securing a couple other nonprofits to bring in, because it's important for us to kind of support the community and support that element, and to give back, like that's a huge part, and bringing in the different food and craft vendors, and that's
there's going to be so much happening at the festival. Right there on your screen, go give a scan to the QR code, because get your tickets early, because I know they're going to sell out really fast, because the location is going to be right there at Bishop Museum.
That's right.
Very legendary.
Yeah, and that's the goal. Like it's like go out, get your tickets. Holo Holo Festival holo.com, the QR code on the screen. Go out and get those. I mean, it's this will sell out. So we want to make sure that we encourage people to get their tickets early.
I love it. Thanks for coming in, Dan.
Thank
I know
you.
you already have other shows to plan, but we're really excited to have Holo
Thanks
Holo
for having me.
here on Oahu. So grab your crew, grab your tickets, and hele onto Holo Holo this fall at the Bishop Museum. We'll be right back. You're watching High Now Daily. Aloha, welcome back to High Now Daily. Macro, the state's military and community relations office, is a bridge between Hawaii's communities and the military. While Macro isn't part of today's interview, they've helped us make the important dialogue possible. And today we're giving you an inside look on what the United States Army Corps of Engineers, what it is, what it does, and why its presence matters both globally and here in Hawaii. And joining us to tell us more is Lieutenant Colonel Adrien Biggerstaff, the commander of the Honolulu District for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Thank you for joining us today. So for those who are not familiar, with the U.S. ACE, just tell us all about it. Who is it and why is it important?
First of all, thank you for having me here today, Natalie, to talk about U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. We go by USACE, and also we talk about the Honolulu District. USACE, we've been part of the nation since its beginning, supporting in many areas, building a lot of critical infrastructure. The Honolulu District, we've been here since 1905.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 120 years. And we have an amazing group of people, a lot of them Department of the Army civilians. And they're not just engineers. We have project managers, quality assurance representatives, scientists, biologists,
wow.
a long list of professionals, but they all are passionate about building partnerships, helping communities build strong and resilient communities throughout the Pacific, and also building deterrence.
Wow, it's many steps of the growth of that, right? Right at the base, connecting the community together and making sure things are sustainable, right? So I want to talk about what are kind of the program the USACE, the UACE has implemented through these times and your involvement with that.
We have a lot of missions, especially throughout Hawaii. Most people are familiar with military construction. If you drive on H201, you look Mauka side,
right.
The big pink building up there, that's Tripler.
Tripler,
so
yeah.
we built Tripler, and we built most installations, or most buildings on installations. Are you familiar, let's see, Makapu'u?
Of course.
Okay, so that's
good hike.
Exactly, that's part of our civil works. We had a navigation, we still have a navigation mission here. So we built lighthouses like Makapu'u. We also do a lot of dredging through a lot of the Hawaiian harbors and our harbors of the territories as well throughout the Pacific.
Wow.
With ecosystem restoration. Kahalu'u Bay on the Big Island, we're working with them in a study to help restore the ecosystem, but also the shoreline in the area. We look at flood risk mitigation and also coastal storm mitigation, just trying to protect communities. Ho'omauhia. Have you been to the Botanical Gardens? That's another one built in the 1980s to protect Kaneohe community from flooding. It's now turned into a serene, beautiful area to go visit. So a lot of missions in the civil works, a lot of programs in civil works that we've done. We have a regulatory mission, we have real estate, and emergency management. So we respond to disasters across the Pacific, whether it be cyclone, hurricane, typhoon, wildfire. We're still supporting in Maui with the Lahaina community, trying to remove that debris and let them rebuild.
Right, I want to talk more about that, right? It's acknowledging what needs to be grown, fixed, or help establish. But I know that talking with the community, especially the Lahaina wildfires, talk about that effort. Where has it been? How is it happening right now and the growth of that?
Yeah, I'd love to. This is a project that's near and dear to everyone in the Honolulu district right now. We can start with how we kicked it off. We started finding the right kapunas to bring the cultural element into it.
Okay.
We had a first of its kind structure to be able to bring in local archaeologists and cultural advisors that could come in and guide us as we planned and executed the mission, being there to observe our operations and make sure we did no additional harm as we removed the debris. But we didn't just do debris, we also did debris. We did building infrastructure to bring in temporary housing to allow 217 families to come back into the area. Within less than 100 days, we built a school so the keiki could get back into their studies post-disaster. And with this debris, we're still moving it. So 400,000 tons of debris. Imagine 5 football fields with debris stacked 5 stories high. That's the amount of volume we're talking about. And we're still moving from the temporary site to a permanent site there on Maui. But across all the efforts, it's been a tremendous partnership from local, state, and also federal partners to make this what it is today.
That's amazing. I know you talked about so many different efforts all the way back to Makapu'u to the Lahaina efforts today. If people want to learn more about the current project, the ongoing projects, or just historical projects that's been going on with the USACE, where can they go to find more information?
Go to the Honolulu District website. It's a great source for what we're doing now, what we've done in the past, and also to our public affairs representatives. If they have any questions or concerns about any projects in their neighborhood, reach out to them. They can get them contacted to the right person.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your efforts. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
Oh, just that on behalf of the entire district, we are so proud of our 120 years of service to the community here.
Right.
And we all are just dedicated to building good partnerships, building strong, resilient communities, and building deterrence.
I love it. Thank you, Colonel Biggerstaff, for your efforts, and thank you for all your service. You're watching High Now Daily, and we'll be right back after this commercial break. Very good.
Thank you.
How's it, aloha gang? Welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back over here live at Domino's Hawaii Week. We're hanging out with Chef Mari. Carolyn, she's one of the store managers over here at Domino's, and all show long, we've been talking about their best deal ever. If you're just joining us, that means you get up to 7 toppings on your pizza. You can take it home from now until August, but again, it's only gonna be for $10.99, so limited time, you gotta get in on this action. Right now, there's a good amount of pressure on me and Chef Mari because we're gonna craft our very own High Now Daily best pizza ever under the guidance of Kara. You guys ready?
Ready.
Okay, so before we dive into the ingredients, I want to talk with you first, Chef Mari. Our approach to this pizza, we're going thin crust. Thin crust is unique in what sense?
Well, when you're eating a thin crust pizza, you're not getting as much carbs, so you won't feel as heavy. And we're gonna load our pizza up today with a lot of veggies and some chicken for some protein.
There you go. I need the protein in there. Okay, so this is our base. We're going with thin crust to start. This is gonna be our base. Carolyn, sauce number 1. Topping number 1, let's go Alfredo. Let's start there. Everything is good on Alfredo, right?
Oh
Chef
yeah,
Mari?
I love Alfredo.
That's the white sauce pizza. We're going in. There's a method to the sauce too. We want to make sure that entire thing gets coated. Next up, we're going to go cheese.
Or spinach?
Or we're going to go spinach, yeah?
Spinach? Yeah.
All right, so this is topping number 2. The greens are entering our pizza. Chef Mari, spinach is good because that's going to add what?
It's gonna add more vitamins and minerals, even add some iron. So very healthy, more
right.
fiber. Then
Yeah, garlic. Gotta have the garlic. We're gonna get some
All
good
right.
garlic that's going on there as well. Topping number 3, we've got
yeah.
Alfredo down on the
Good.
thin crust. We've got spinach, we've got garlic, and now it's time to get cheesy.
Oh, yes.
Just big handful. Is there a method to this, Carol? Just,
No.
I love it.
Just spread it around.
Just make sure it's all good to go. We're getting a good heaping amount of cheese over here on our thin crust. Okay, we're moving down the line here. We got more veggies on the way.
some onions.
All right, let's go with some onions. And this one's important too, right? Because we want everything to kind of bake evenly,
Yes,
right? Once it gets into the oven.
Just want to make sure it's proportional.
Good proportions, okay? Onion. That'll give us some added texture inside the pizza too, yeah?
Yes.
Chef Warren?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
onions,
then
what else?
next we're gonna add some
Oh,
mushrooms.
I love mushrooms.
Yep.
Mushrooms on pizza, got
So
it.
add some umami and also add some of that meaty taste to it.
Nice. More texture, right? We're like
Oh yeah,
building
we're getting a
flavors
lot of
with the
texture.
pizza. Now again, gang, the best deal ever is going to be available online. That's where you put in for the coupon. $10.99 any size. You can get up to 7 ingredients, which is what we're doing. But if you've got the kiddos at home and you know they always order pepperoni and cheese, you can even do like a half and then have the 7 ingredients on the other side.
All right, we're gonna top it off with some tomatoes for more vitamin C and a pop of color.
I'm going to reach over, more tomatoes. Yeah, we got a good pop
look
of color
how
over there.
beautiful it's looking
This
already.
is coming together nice, Carolyn, over here.
You guys are professionals.
Okay, tomatoes.
And
Well-
last but not least, we're gonna add some
Oh yes, chicken. Let's bring some chicken into the party over
Yeah,
here.
chicken's a leaner protein. It also has lots of flavor. So yeah, that looks so good.
And I just need some, I want meat on the pizza.
Yeah, we need some type of meat.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna go with two good heaping handfuls over here.
Oh yeah.
Chicken on top of the pizza
Load
over
'em
here.
up.
And take a look at that. We're at 7 ingredients, is that right, Kara?
Yeah.
This is gonna be the High Now Daily, best pizza ever, in collaboration with our dietitian and chef friend, Chef Mari Wills, but take a look at that. That's what we're working with right now. It's all on a bed of Alfredo. You got the cheese, the spinach, the mushroom, the onion, the tomatoes, and of course, chicken for the protein, which is good. Let's take a look at pie.
Yes, it is.
All right.
I would sell that.
Yeah?
I would sell
Did you hear that? I think Carol wants to put it on the menu. Let's
it.
discuss that. Stay with us on High Now Daily because coming up in a little bit, this is going to go inside at 500 degree.
500 degrees and 6 minutes.
There you go, 500 degree oven. This pizza is going to head in there and then we're going to get cooking over here. Stay with us on High Now Daily. Best deal ever. We got a custom pie on the way.
In today's Our Kupuna segment, we catch up with an author who recently published a book. Born of Two Oceans, a memoir, follows the life of a Hawaii island man named Manuel Manny Vincent. He was born in 1932 in Kuaoa. He's native of Hawaiian waterman, rancher, firefighter, and a Marine Corps veteran. In the novel, he reflects on the past, from fishing as a child to growing up on the Hawaiian homelands, then serving in the military and fighting wildfires, plus even coaching a championship canoe cruise. Here's what he had to say when we asked him why he wrote the book.
The education I have is my own way. I had the opportunity to go to college and everything else. But for some reason, I was drawn to the land, the ocean, from a young time. And what I learned was all firsthand. The mountain, the sea, I was taught all that. And nobody has this kind of experience I have. My experience is not what somebody told me. It's what I experienced myself in my life, my lifetime. And if this is not documented now, I'm gonna lose all this. I can tell you things about these mountains here, it'll blow your mind.
The book was also written with Kim Ann Curtin, who tells us the novel is a love letter to Hawaii, to Ohana and the mana of our kupuna.
I felt like I was having front row seats to history every other week. I would love people to walk away from this book realizing that the limitations that they impose on themselves are purely arbitrary, and that if you put your mind to something, as Uncle Manny tells us in all his stories, you can accomplish great things. And don't try to talk yourself out of it. Also, be true to your heart.
That's right. Here's what Manny told us when we asked him, what message do you have for the young people who might read this book?
Believe in themselves, their ability. No more end to it. They can go as high and as far as they want, but it's up to them. I'm kind of heavy on the mind thing. This guy here, everything fall apart, put it back. The body fall apart, you can put it back, but this thing gotta regulate that thing there. For me, the kids, be who they are. Be your own self. Believe in yourself, your ability. No more end to what you can do. I know, I've been there. I enjoyed what I did.
You could order this legendary novel online at bornoftwooceans.com. The portion of the proceeds will go towards a community-based cultural and padding organization. Now to a story out to Wailuku, Maui. Kainoa actually had a chance to check out all the goodness that's happening at Tiffanys restaurant and bar. Let's take a look.
Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? Today on High Now, we're on the island of Maui checking out Tiffanys. And despite this spot's national recognition, they're still serving up the local classics people in Maui and Hawaii have always loved.
Tiffanys is local fusion restaurant here in the heart of Wailuku. The vibe of Tiffanys is definitely family oriented. The way we serve food is family style. Everything comes out a la carte, come with a group of friends or family, share everything, enjoy each other's company. We do have a few TVs. You can enjoy some games, sports. The type of food that we serve is a local fusion, local style, some Filipino, a touch of Sheldon's taste.
Order up.
Our favorite dishes would be like the crispy chicken, honey walnut shrimp, our steak bites, our kimchi fried rice. Those are some of the items that we've been serving for many, many years here at Tiffanys. Chef Sheldon, it's been amazing working for him. He's very humble and helpful. He likes to help us and make us better.
It's lunchtime over here at Tiffanys. Right now we're hanging out with Brendan Smith. Brendan, this place has been here for a long time in the Wailuku community. How has Tiffanys changed since Janice and Chef Sheldon have come in?
Over the last 3 years, the most important thing to us was still keeping the vibe of the restaurant. Keeping a place that you can pauhana, a place that you can bring your family to, a place you can have a birthday, graduation, whatever. Keep the same vibe while elevating the food, putting local food on the pedestal that it deserves. Want it to feel like you're cruising at the garage with your friends. You want it to feel casual while still uplifting the food.
I've had plenty poo-poos in the garage, but mines don't look exactly this good. Chef Sheldon put out some of the favorites. What do we have over here?
This is our house chow fun. We make those noodles in-house. It's got some ground pork on it, some sesame seeds, sprouts, and green onions. Keep it pretty classic, old school jam, but with our little spin on it.
That's addicting.
Yeah, get in there. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
So this is one of my favorite things on the menu, the ultimate sleeper of the menu. This is our quick pickled cucumbers.
Is that what it's called on the menu? The ultimate sleeper?
Copyright that. 2 mother sauces, shoyu and mayo. You take delicious and delicious and you put them together, you get delicious.
That's easy math.
That's a classic Chef Sheldon line.
Journey on, Brendan. What about this last one?
This is our crispy chicken. It's a non-breaded fried chicken. Do a brine on it, cook that off. It's got a sinigang dust over the top, so it gives it that nice tangy sinigang flavor to it. And then on the side, you have the toyo mansi, which is a calamansi soy sauce.
This is like winner chicken dinner. Literally, look at that. Fall off the bone.
Hawaii gas plays a pretty essential role in our kitchen. From our woks, our fry station, all of that runs off of gas here. Gives us great results, keeps our cooking consistent. That way we can turn out these dishes time and time again. Same way you tasted it the first time, and the 50th time it's gonna be the same.
It's great food, but in addition to that, a fantastic bar program as well.
Absolutely.
With some of the big heavy-hitting cocktails.
This one right in front of you, this is gonna be our Malona Sour. Pretty killer, it's our take on a whiskey sour.
This is like a Malona bar on steroids.
For real, yeah. This is gonna be our pony colada, so pony meaning purple, of course. Classic pina colada flavor in there. Add a little bit of butterfly PT in there, which gives it that nice purple tone. We invite everyone in, whether you're visiting, whether you've been here 1,000 times. It's a new experience when you come. This is the place to celebrate.
How's it, aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back here at Domino's Hawaii live over here in downtown Honolulu, hanging out with Chef Mari Wills. She's a dietitian, a chef, a culinary educator, but all show long what we've been doing here is celebrating the launch of the best deal ever from Domino's Hawaii. If you're just joining us, what that means is that you can order any size pie, up to 7 toppings on top of that pizza, and you can take it home for $10.99. It's an insane deal, but why we invited Chef Mari here today was to craft us a one-of-a-kind, brand new pizza for the best deal ever. And as a dietitian, we got good ingredients in there, right?
We do. We started off with a thin crust. We loaded it up with a lot of veggies, and we also added some lean protein. That is chicken.
There you go. And we were talking earlier as well. There's misconceptions when it comes to pizza because there's a lot of different ingredient substitutions you can use to bring more vitamins and nutrients. Yeah.
Right. So by loading it up with veggies, you're getting more fiber, more vitamins and minerals. And then you'll get more full off of those ingredients that make you feel better.
There you go. This is truly, this is guilt-free style pizza. Are you ready for the unveil?
I'm so ready.
We are ready for this. Now, on the count of three, ready?
Okay.
That's yours. One, two, three. Ba-boom! Oh, there you go. Fresh out of the oven over there. The High Now Daily Best Pizza Ever Custom Edition over there. I think we did a pretty good job.
I think so too. I'm ready to dig in.
I'm ready to dig into it. What I really like too about the thin crust, this is the only one they do that's cut into squares like this. So it's actually, you know, you can get a lot more poo-poo style and share for friends and family. Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Plus the thin crust adds the
cheese.
crunch.
Whoa!
Oh.
Cheers, Chef Mario.
Cheers.
Okay, here we go. First bite. Okay. Good job.
That was so good. Wow.
It's nice and crispy. The thin crust again.
You get the crunch.
Different texture. I love the chicken on there. Chicken really elevates it. And with the tomatoes and the spinach, you get great pops of color.
Right. And you won't feel guilty eating it too, which is the best part.
And the garlic. It's nice.
Yeah. That garlic is coming through in a good way.
And if you really want to take the garlic to the next level, we got some sauces over here as well. For those of you who are red sauce fans, you can still go with the High Now Daily Best Pizza Ever. They got side sauces for the dipping, marinara, the garlic, the ranch. So we can like take the garlic up a notch. What are you going? I think ranch might go really well with this because of the chicken mushroom situation. I mean, all of them will. A little bit of ranch on there as well. Now again, if you're just watching, the Best Deal Ever launches today, July 7th. It's going all the way until August 3rd while supplies last. So all you do is you head to the website. You can order online, put in the coupon, and again, any size pizza up to 7 toppings. $10.99, Mari. That's a crazy deal.
Perfect for summer.
Perfect for summer. Perfect for beach with the kids. You like the marinara?
No, I tried
all right, we're going to go with some of the red sauce too. You can get best of both worlds, you know? That's what it's all about. We were talking story earlier as well. In terms of ingredient customizations back there, there's over like 800,000 different ways that you can utilize these ingredients to create pizzas. Okay, so really, truly, with the Best Deal Ever, there's something for everybody. Am I right?
You're right. I can't wait to try other combinations. But this one's really good. So you guys gotta check out our new mala, which is garden in Hawaiian.
There you go.
Garden style pizza.
Make sure, again, Best Deal Ever goes from now until August 3rd. Stay with us on High Now Daily. We got much more coming up after the break. And again, at Domino's locations across Hawaii, the Best Deal Ever is available. Go get this one on the best show ever, High Now Daily. We'll be right back.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Here's a live look from our camera that shows off the views and vibes from Oahu's west side. Right now, we could see Kamakana Ali, which is located right out there in Kapolei. And actually, this Friday, Kamakana Ali is kicking off their Summer Vibes concert series. It's a series of free concerts in the center court from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get this, Tiffanys will actually be performing this Friday there on the 11th. So scan the code right there on your screen to get those details. Then on Saturday, you could shop gifts for back to school and donate supplies to help the teachers. It's all a part of their gift fair happening from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the center court again. So you could drop off donations right there at the main stage. And as a thank you, you're going to receive an entry for a chance to win a 100 Visa card. And all these event proceeds will go towards purchasing more school supplies for our local classrooms. And now, Hawaii News Now. Mike Carpenter had a chance to sit down with the legendary Les Murakami, who has recently been inducted into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. So here's some parts of the interview that we had earlier. So go check.
What are you most proud of your time coaching at UH?
Well, proud of winning so many games and getting paid so little bit. I started at the UH, $500 for the season, you know. Unbelievable, yeah.
Even 55 years after Les Murakami first took over the University of Hawaii baseball program, that kind of salary remains astounding. It's also part of the reason why he turned down the job 3 times before finally saying yes for the 1971 season. A gig far from glamorous.
My mother, yeah, she was the type that she always said, you work the kids, the players so hard, you got to feed them after the game. But $500, how far that going? So, you know, my mother and my father and my wife later, but my father, they would make sandwich and then feed the ball players after the game.
On top of player meals, Murakami, without admin approval, created his own practice field, which sat at the current site of the tennis and softball complex, a surface he had fertilized with chicken manure.
All of a sudden, I get a call from the AD. He calls me up, he tells me, what the hell are you doing on the field? I said, why? I'm getting so much calls because the freaking thing stinks. Yeah?
But the lack of resources never discouraged Murakami from high expectations.
The reporters, they asked me, hey, what's your goal? What are you going to do? I said, my goal. I told them, my goal is to go to the World Series. And you know what? They all laugh and they tell me, well, you never even played one game here, you're talking about World Series. Yes. So I told them, wait a minute now. You asked me what's my goal. I said, you know, I don't know if I can reach it, but I told them that's my goal.
So my kids grew up in the ballpark and they're going, why should we be here? Nobody's coming to the game. That's why we have to be here, because the family has a show. We support the coach. If otherwise, how do you expect other people to support him?
And it was rough. Murakami's Rainbows won only 8 games through his first 4 seasons. Hard luck that started to shift in the late 1970s. Murakami, who grew up on Oahu's youth baseball circuit, prided himself on keeping local talent home. Among his biggest recruiting wins, Aiea All-State pitcher Derek Tatsuno.
I was so lucky to get somebody like Derek Tatsuno. That's why I called him the Pied Piper. You know, before I had Derek, we would draw 100, 200 guys, maybe 300 at the most, yeah? And the day when I got Derek and I threw him the first day, it was standing room only. Unbelievable.
The kind of fanfare that laid the groundwork for the team's first and only College World Series appearance in 1980, one of Murakami's most favorite moments. Yet still, the team didn't have a stadium to be proud of. So Coach took matters into his own hands and lobbied state lawmakers to help get it done.
The Roshi told me, look, you get the money, I'll sign it. He never helped me get the money, you know. I said, I'm embarrassed because I told them, look, we're the only school that I know of at this caliber. We don't even have our own stadium.
Murakami eventually made it happen, and Rainbow Stadium opened in time for the 1984 season, just 9 months after construction started. And the student of the game designed it to his liking, with deep fences to neutralize power hitters and help his defensive-oriented squads.
I'm worried about the guys I'm bringing in, like Arizona State, UCLA, USC, yeah. I said, I'm trying to keep the ball in the field. I said, if I can do that, we'll get a chance. So those guys would hit the ball, and Dante go, oh, and then they'd stop, and then they would catch it. Oh, they're swearing up coming around first base.
Years later, the stadium appropriately named after him is considered one of the best college venues in the nation, a place that saw him become the winningest coach in program history with 1,079 victories over 30 years. He just turned 89 years old in early June and is a survivor of the highest order, recovering from a stroke suffered in the year 2000, and 5 years ago he was diagnosed with rectal cancer. Right there, every step of the way, his wife of 61 years.
You have to have positive thinking. You cannot be negative. It's not woe is me, but it's every day it's, well, what's the next adventure? And you have to be like that in order to live to be 89.
A Hall of Famer and warrior through and through, who's given his heart and soul to Hawaii baseball. And his remarks from his 2001 UH Circle of Honor induction still ring true.
A lot of great memories, and like I told everyone, when you coach young ball players, you stay young, and I think that's the most important thing.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. We've got your ono and affordable dinner plans covered. That's right, all of Domino's Hawaii locations are serving up their best deal ever. And you saw Kainao over there. He's actually making all the pieces until 4 p.m. So this deal's happening right now through August 3rd for a limited time. And you could get this, order any size pizza with up to 7 different toppings for just $10.99. You could order there in store or online at Dominos.com or just go through their Domino's Domino's app. It's really easy. And also, the Holo Holo Music Festival is coming to Oahu for the very first time. It's usually held in California, but you saw Dan here earlier. He actually grew up in Ewa Beach and wanted to bring back the festival here to Hawaii, making it its homecoming. So it's taking place later this fall, October 18th and 19th, right here at the Bishop Museum. So tickets are available right now to buy at holoholofestival.com. And if you're looking to do something out and about this summer, you're gonna wanna check out Kuaoa Ranch. Here's Lauren and Rachel with a little sneak peek.
We are getting hyped today because we're out on the windward side at Kuaoa Ranch, where we have just about 4,000 acres of lush land to explore.
We are about to go on an e-bike tour, one of the most amazing on island, and we got Daryl to show us the way.
Hello guys, ladies, you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, helmets on, and let's ride.
Woo. All right, follow the leader.
Today we are riding our e-bikes, which are amazing vehicles. In my opinion, best way to actually experience the valley. It's a lot more quieter. You're a little bit more one with nature here.
So beautiful. Okay, now that is what I'm talking about right there. This is the perfect way to take in Kuaoa Ranch because it's a nice, easy ride. And I'm familiar with the bike, so I know how to do it already.
I barely feel like this is a workout. It's so easy.
My kind of workout, girl.
On our novice tour, it's a little bit more easygoing, more of like a beginner kind of course, mostly paved grounds. But in that one, we'll spend a lot of time in our Kaʻawa Valley, which we get anywhere between 5.5 to about 8 miles on. On top of that, we do have an ultra tour. That's for like our advanced e-bike guys. And on the tour, we'll take you through some movie sites, take you through some of our agriculture area, share with you guys some of our history and some of the culture that we have here on the ranch. So this is our World War II bunker here called Battery Cooper, built after the bombings of Pearl Harbor. Nowadays though, we actually use it as a museum of sorts.
Wow, what a cool, interesting place on the tour. I like this.
Definitely.
Wow! Oh my God, she's eager to go. What's the next spot?
Okay.
All right, let's go see more. This area here is called Low Camp.
Is this where Jumanji was filmed?
Jumanji, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, 51st Dates.
What I'd give to have the rock right here, right now. That'd be amazing.
What we're riding on our tours are gonna be our Trek Rail 9.8s. And these things are just amazing. They give you these assist modes that'll help you enjoy the ride rather than working hard for it. So it starts off with our Eco. We got Tour Mode, EMTB, and then my favorite, that's gonna be our Turbo Mode. That gives you a little over 300% extra boost, so it makes those hills nice and easy. Uphill number 2. You know what that means, guys. Turbo, turbo.
Turbo!
Next level.
Ho ho!
Watch out, world. Rachel's coming. Yeah. I feel like a real trailblazer. Holy smokes. This has got to be one of the world's 7 wonders.
Absolutely.
This is epic.
Welcome to our Kaʻawa Valley.
I feel so little.
These mountains will do that to you. Been here over 6 years and still doesn't get old.
It's breathtaking.
Now I know a lot of times the people that come to the ranch are mostly tourists, but for the locals, this place is amazing. Some of the history that you actually learn while you're here is out of bounds. Even myself, born and raised on this island, I actually never came here until I started working here. But when I did find a sense of connection to this place, and ever since then, I've been trying to get more and more locals to come out here because they will love it. All right, we got a slight downhill here, okay?
Yay!
Have fun, just be careful. On this left side here, this is a couple of our Godzilla footprints from the movie.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, this is so cool. The ko'olaus are showing off.
Next up, Kong Skull Island. We're gonna cut through the grass here.
Off-roading, let's go!
This is so cool. I've only ever seen this in pictures.
It's our boneyard from Kong Skull Island.
I have to go to Mighty Joe over here. Save me, Mighty Joe. This is like, don't eat us. We're too sweet.
Sorry.
They'd spit us back out. So. Yeah, they'd be like, I don't want those. Woohoo! Oh, I'm gonna go here. Okay. Push up. Push up. Wow, what an epic conclusion to our novice tour. Good fun today, but I think we could take it up a notch and do the 3-hour ultra tour next. I think we can handle that. Make sure you guys go to kuaoa.com to book your tour. Woo! Let's ride!
They're made for